since 1948. The National Wrestling Alliance has historically been the largest sanctioning body in professional wrestling.
Breathe deep, the cooling air, sunsetting tonight. You gotta make your mark, load up on the raw intent. One last look in the mirror. They're gonna know your name. Somebody's gonna take a second look. Too cool to choose to ignore any angle. I'm a sexual serial beast. Wearing on your sleeve. Hey baby, do you like it kind of rough? Or do you like it smooth like you? Nobody's gonna stop till they drop and they're dreaming. Oh, 4, 3, 2, 1. Into the action. No need for distraction. Slam it down.
Fans, welcome to Powerbomb Wrestling. I'm Sean Boomer Bratton, all the stars of NWA Championship International Wrestling. And oh my goodness, we're one day away from NWA Championship International Wrestling returning to the International Boxing Club at 525 Earlwood. Bell time is 5 o'clock tomorrow, and this card is jam-packed top to bottom. And during the show today, we're going to talk about that and fill you in. But this is a show that you do not want to miss. And speaking of shows you don't want to miss, what about what we have for you right now on Powerbomb Wrestling? Your main event this week, New Japan versus the National Wrestling Alliance. Kushida taking on Nitro, challenging for that NWA National Heavyweight title. That is your main event this week on Powerbomb Wrestling. Going to the ring next, though, is we're going to see newcomers, Justin Maine taking on Jacob Hollow. It's next right here on Powerbomb Wrestling. We're one night away from NWA Championship International Wrestling at the International Boxing Club. Tomorrow, bell time is 525 Earlwood. And D-Ray 3000, you faced them all in all types of matches. I have to say, though, your match tomorrow against the Beast, this guy is unorthodox, a style that you've probably never even seen before.
You know, since the Beast has come to the NWA, everybody's been running and hiding. But see, I know something. You see, fortune favors the brave, and ain't nobody as fearless as me. So I'm going to step in there with the Beast tomorrow night, and I'm going to show everybody that D-Ray 3000 is taking the Beast down. Yeah.
You know what, Boomer? The Beast is like a Mack truck. When he hits you, it seems like you've been hit so hard you can't get up. But I'm going to tell you, I done seen D-Ray get knocked down, and he got back up. I seen him look like a Mack truck that run over him. So it won't hurt for one more Mack truck to come in. But when you done seen two big semis crash together, and both of them just sat there and just grind the tires and grind the tires, Beast, you coming to another Mack truck. So if I were you, I'll be careful. And whoever you bring with you, tell them the son of the legend going to be on the other side of the ring. And I done been in a many fight. So we love the fight. So you bring it on, Beast. If you didn't come to the NWA to fight, stay at home.
D-Ray 3000 in his career here at NWA Championship International Wrestling has faced them all, but I have to say what he's going to face tomorrow at the IBC, something he's never seen before. You can see it tomorrow, 5 o'clock at the IBC, NWA Championship International Wrestling. The card is jam-packed. One of those matches that you will see, one of the main events, is D-Ray 3000 taking on the Beast. It's NWA Championship International Wrestling. I'm Sean Boomer Bratton along with Norm Waymer and Grizzly. We're seeing in the ring the massive Jacob Hollows. He's going to take on Justin Main. And Norm, we talk about it week in and week out here on Powerbomb Wrestling about how everyone wants to make their mark. So this is where they come. They come right here to compete in the NWA. They come here to compete in NWA Championship International Wrestling.
Well, more newcomers coming in all the time. There are 4 championship belts that are going to be here in NWA Championship International Wrestling, including that Midwest TV title, which is going to get filled, and also the NWA National Heavyweight Champion is Nitro.
And we've had tag team champions crowned. We had a massive tag team tournament. And Grizzly sitting next to you as soon as Jacob Hollows came out to the ring. And this is our first look at him, although we know a little bit about his backstory, and we'll talk about that. You were like his biggest fan.
Oh, absolutely. Look at him. He's ripped. He's put together. I mean, this guy is the perfect specimen for wrestling. And I want to say this. Norm's putting fans up attacking me on the way out here. I've got a bloody nose from that little girl over there that grabbed it and twisted it. And Norm's putting people up to it.
And I missed this, Norm?
Yes, Grizzly defeated by a 10-year-old girl.
Your toughest opponent to date.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've always said Norm's got an agenda going on, and there you go. Right here's a good example of it. Now, you know what? I'm getting tired of it. I'm going to call Bruce. I'm going to get a meeting with Angel, and we're going to get something going on here to get something done about it.
Yes, I secretly planted a 10-year-old girl to take out Grizzly hitting up for the
audience. You know
audience.
what's great about that, Norm? You put that on YouTube, think of the number of hits you're going to get. I mean, really, it'll be the viral video of the week right there. I'm sorry, Grizzly. I'm going to laugh at you. That's funny.
Look at the damage. Look at the damage to my nose. I mean, come on. I've got a face like Chris Corbis. Him and I are Hollywood people.
Dude, you got a face for the radio and a voice for television. Or voice for the newspaper, I should say. All right, so I want to focus on what's going on in here. Jacob Hollows versus Justin Main. And Norm, one thing about Jacob Hollows is he's actually made his mark since the beginning of his career as a tag team wrestler. So it's interesting now as he's here in the NWA, competing in NWA CIW, he's competing as a singles wrestler.
Well, this is such an important match. Look at this. Oh, my. This is such an important match because in order to climb the ladder, you got to get on the ladder.
Exactly. Both of these wrestlers, Justin Main and Jacob Hollows, looking to make that mark, and just with that initial flurry of offense from both, I think they're both going to make their mark, and I'm sure at some point we will continue to see them win or lose here on Powerbomb Wrestling in the NWA.
Oh, I believe so, too. You got 2 great competitors up there. These guys are equally matched, and yeah, you're absolutely right, Boomer. We're going to see a lot of Hollows around. I mean, he's just incredible. And Justin Maitland, these guys are ripped for it.
The thing is, if you want to compete here in the NWA, if you want to be in NWA Championship International Wrestling, you have got to bring your A game. You have got to be at your best. If you want to eventually move on the line and challenge, say, a Sebastian Rose or a D-Ray 3000, you have got to have your A game working each and every night.
These guys are aggressive right off the bat.
Justin Main now waiting maybe for that last punch. No, monkey flip out of the corner. That's something we don't see a lot of anymore. Your good old basic monkey flip. There's a reversal. Justin Main hits the ropes. He's off again. Blocks. There's the wheelbarrow. But look at that. Jacob Hollows with that forearm right to the back, sending Justin Main down to the mat. Goes for a quick cover, wants to put it away fast. And Main is able to kick out. This is high impact.
Yes, it's high impact, and for big guys, they're moving pretty fast in there too, Boomer and Norm.
Oh, Jacob Hollows comes out and tells everybody to bow down to him? The heck's that all about?
He's got some ego on him, doesn't he? He is very boastful, a huge ego, very proud of what he's been able to do in his young wrestling career.
Well, if there would have been more room over here, Norm was getting ready to get down to bow down to
not a chance.
Hollows. I was going to, but there's no room for Norm and I to do so.
Grizzly was going to, but his nose was still bleeding from the 10-year-old.
Not a chance.
And main event, Justin Main almost broken in half. And then Hollows delivers that knee. Main goes down, Hollows right on top. wanted to call him Mr. Main Event, but he is Justin Main, and it says Main Event on the back of his tights. And this is, again, if we're looking at the future, Norm, I've got to say the future is extremely bright.
I would say so. Yeah, I would agree with you. That's what I say. This is a big match because in order to climb the ladder, you got to get on it.
Got to get onto that first rung.
The only way you get on it, you got to win.
Exactly.
And you know, these are two big guys that are moving quicker, and it seems like the bigger guys are starting to really get fast. I mean, you take guys like Will Studd trimming down, and Will is really moving fast despite his bad knee.
The thing is you have to be quick, you have to be powerful, you have to be in the best cardiovascular shape of your life if you want to compete, and your body's got to be able to take a pounding, because you saw what happened there is Jacob Hollows just depositing Justin Main, and then that senton, that backsplash, he hit 100% on that, goes for the cover, he's right on top, and Justin Main is able to kick out.
Well, and also, too, these are 160, 180-pound kids. These are men. These guys go 230, 240, 250.
And that's on the light side here. I mean, it really is.
These guys are big guys.
This roster is jam-packed with athletes that are primed and they're ready to go. And he tried now his backsplash from a higher elevation, and he totally misfired.
Took way too long.
And I'll tell you, they can check out the roster, NWA/CIW.com. They get all the information, they'll see the roster and everything right there.
And I'm sure either one of these two would love to be on the full-time roster here in NWA CIW. Big clothesline from Justin Main. There's another. Hollows is back up to his feet, and he's going to be sent in. Justin Main backs up, getting that crowd behind him.
Taking too long.
And look at that drop kick. And you're right, Norm, I thought he was taking too long. I thought Hollows would move out of the way, but he delivered everything with that. And spins around with that bulldog. He did a full revolution, hit the bulldog, and still couldn't put away Jacob Hollows.
Well, just a 2 count, but if you pause, you take too long, you give your opponent enough time to recover to be able to kick out at 2.
Seconds are so precious. Every second count. There's a reversal knee into the middle. Hollows sends him in. Main blocks. He springs up. And a standing moonsault. And he's right on top. Did he get it?
Tight. He got out of it. Even though Main had a handful of tights, he still was able to kick out of there. It shows you Jacobs, he knows what's going on in that ring. He's savvy.
There's those patented Grizzly excuses. It looked like Justin Main didn't catch everything on that moonsault. He did maybe an extra minute or 2 of elevation, was going to do what is a moonsault kick, where as you rotate over, you throw the kick in. He misses on that. Hollows is off the ropes. Knee to the side of the head. Hollows goes for a cover, rolls him over. He hooks the leg. He's on top. And Justin Main kicks out.
Come on, Jacob. Come on.
This is where stamina comes in.
I really thought Justin Main was knocked silly off of that knee.
Move it up a little bit. Move it up a little bit.
Well, he is. There's no question, he is.
But this is what you talk about, Norm, taking too much time, because every second that you waste is a second that Justin Main recovers. Main is up to his feet. There's a block. And there's a kick, roundhouse that got everything. And there it is. That's what I was talking about, the moonsault with the kick. He goes for the cover.
Wait a minute. His left hand was under the bottom rope. Jacob Hollow's left hand was under the bottom rope, but the referee apparently missed it.
Grizzly, you can't give credit where credit is due. Very impressive. Your winner's Justin Main.
But yes, it was a great match. There was a couple handfuls of tight that didn't matter anything there. But yes, it was a good match.
Very, very impressive debut by the main event, Jacob Main.
I tell you what, Norm, the future looks so good for NWA Championship International Wrestling.
Good job, buddy. Good job, Jacob. You got to help him rep or what?
Hi, I'm Van Envy, and I'm actually here with Jacob Hollows. Jacob, you just had a match with Justin Main. First and foremost, I want to find out how you felt about the match. The Pele kick at the very end, how it looked like a blast from nowhere.
Are you done?
Yes.
Yeah. Obviously, he got me. He got that lucky kick, and these lights, it's all the lights. I can see them flashing in my eyes, and they're bothering me, and you're bothering me. Justin Maine, you need to learn that you and all these people here and everyone else out there watching right now, you need to hit bottom. You need to learn to let go and hit bottom. Then you'll need my help. You come crawling to me, and you realize that in my arms, in my hands, everything will be okay. Just bow down to me.
I'm here with the main event, Justin Maine. Justin Maine, you just picked up a very great victory over Jacob Hollows. Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, today is my first night here in NWA CIW, all right? I'm not going to lie, I was a little intimidated coming in here, but when I found out that my opponent was Jacob Hollows, I'm not going to lie, I got a little excited. We've had a few run-ins before, and I just wanted to test my will against Jacob one more time. And damn, he is a strong guy. Slammed me all around the ring, threw me everywhere. It's very hard to get a one-up on him. But because of my perseverance, because of the fact that I don't give up and I keep going no matter what, and I proved that every single time I'm in that ring, I am the main event. I won. Expect to see more of that because I'll leave everybody starstruck.
Great words spoken by the main event, Justin Maine. And I tell you, with the great competitors here with the NWA, I think he's going to fit in very well.
Watch the best in professional wrestling action as NWA Championship International Wrestling presents Powerbomb TV. Saturdays at 9 p.m. and midnight and Sundays at midnight on WMNT My 58. Sunday, November 17th, NWA CIW returns to Toledo, Ohio. All your favorite superstars will be there. Bell times 5 p.m. Visit NWA-CIW.com.
Since 1905, Red Wing Shoe Company has been making purpose-built work footwear. The skilled employees in our 3 U.S. factories build over 1.2 million pairs of shoes annually. We are the largest Red Wing shoe dealer in northwestern Ohio with over 2,500 pairs in stock. Since 1982, 3 generations of the Sager family have helped you with your Red Wing shoe purchase. Stop by our newly renovated store at 2122 North Reynolds Road. Shoes and boots that have served generations of hard-working people.
Head Drop Productions is the premier video production company in the Midwest. HDP can help capture any event from sporting events, weddings, commercials, and much, much more. Visit headdropproductions.com for a complete catalog of past wrestling events. DVDs are only $15 shipped anywhere in the continental United States. If you can't make it live, take it home with Head Drop Productions.
The Screen Printing Factory, 2562 Parkway Plaza, Maumee, Ohio, is just off Anthony Wayne Trail in South Detroit. Are you looking for a custom design? We got you covered. Are you looking for a quick turnaround? We've got you covered. Are you looking for a dependable and reliable company? We've got you covered. No hidden charges here at the Screen Printing Factory. From 12 shirts to 1,000 shirts, each order is important to us. So stop in and see Ben or Jason and let them help you build your image. The Screen Printing Factory. We got you covered.
L&B Photography are the official photographers of NWA CIW, a unique photo studio specializing in maternity, newborn, children, family, senior, and event photography. Hours are by appointment only. Please call 517-270-1220. Located at 200 East Main Street, Hudson, Michigan. We are willing to travel to preserve all your special moments.
Well, listen up, fans. If you would like to raise money for your school, club, or civic organization and see the excitement of NWA Championship Wrestling live in your hometown, then this message is for you. High school athletic departments, sports teams, fire and police departments, JCs, or any group wishing to raise money, then bring the stars of NWA Championship Wrestling to your town for a night of action. Then call Stacy at 517-425-1110. Your fundraising group and the NWA, an unbeatable tag team.
Everyone knows to make your mark, you have to be here. You have to be competing in NWA Championship International Wrestling, and you have to be seen each and every week right here on Powerbomb Wrestling. What we're going to see is a man who has made his mark all across the country, all across the world. He wants top-flight competition. He's come knocking on our door, and he is going to find it. I cannot wait to see him. It is Bolen taking on Renzo Lavell. That match is next on Powerbomb Wrestling.
Hi, Envy here, and I'm standing with a newcomer to the NWA Championship International, Bolen.
That's right, Bolen.
Which is hailing from Fayetteville, Pennsylvania.
Once again, you are correct. This guy's like the smartest man in the world. What do you know, statistics or something?
Well,
Anyway, get to the matter.
Okay, so tonight you're facing Renzo Lavell.
Yeah.
What's our plans tonight?
The plan is for me to go to the ring, whip that crowd up in a frenzy, put Renzo Lavell on his back. 1, 2, 3, get the victory, and then come party with me.
Outstanding words spoken, very positive. I look forward to it. Back to the ring. I'm standing here with Renzo Lavell, debuting tonight with NWA Championship International. Renzo, tonight you are going out to face a very strong competitor, Bolen, in your debut. I wanted to kind of get your feedback on, one, your match, what you're about to go out and do, and secondly, tell us a little bit about yourself, being that you're a newcomer.
First things first, hold the microphone up so I can talk properly. My name is Renzo Lavell. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. That's all these people need to know. Secondly, guy Bolen, is that his name? I don't really care. He's not nothing to me. He can't beat me, and we all know it. I'm new to this company. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna put my effort into everything I do, starting with this Bolen guy tonight.
Our next match is a singles match. Coming to the ring first from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in 220 pounds, Renzo Lavell.
NWA Championship International Wrestling, Sean Boomer Bratton, along with Norm Waymer and Lord Grizzly. And we're seeing, again, new faces here on Powerbomb Wrestling, new faces to the NWA, Norm, because this is where you have to be to make your mark.
There are so many wrestlers trying to get in to NWA Championship International Wrestling. I said this once before, not a week goes by where somebody's not sending a tape, somebody's asking to get on a card. More people are asking about how do I get trained. There's a lot of momentum going on, there's no question.
Tons of momentum, which is why we see, again, those new faces here week in and week out. Renzo Lavell making his way to the ring right now, and I tell you what, the man that he's going to be facing is someone that I've known for a while, have watched his work for a while, and I'm ecstatic that he's here in the NWA, that he's here competing on NWA Championship International.
Well, if this guy Renzo Lavell is half as tough in the ring as he's trying to be with the kids in the seats.
That's because you put the fans up for this stuff.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, Norm, say it now, Norm. Tell him.
What?
Tell Renzo what you were just saying. But when he was,
I'm an announcer. I'm an announcer. I'm not supposed to look at the wrestlers. Give me a break. So he's gone from trying to intimidate kids to trying to intimidate me.
Renzo Lavell has a very nasty disposition, doesn't he?
He's not a happy guy, apparently. And that's not my problem.
And John Bolen, trained by the legendary Scott D'Amore, who's trained so many incredible athletes. John Bolen is a bodybuilder. He's a professional wrestler. He's been a successful professional wrestler and successful bodybuilder for years. He's the kind of guy that really can make a statement here in the NWA.
Well, and tonight he has got the task of being an attitude adjuster.
Yeah, Renzo Lavell has a nasty attitude, and will John Bolen be able to fix it? That's what we're going to find out.
I am just amazed at the talent that keeps coming in here. The NWA Championship International Wrestling. These aren't 160-pound kids. These are veteran 250-pound wrestlers plus.
And that's exactly, and I was going to bring that up, you know, something that you said before, which is so true, Norm, is that these aren't kids. These are men. These are athletes. These are guys in their prime right now, and this is where they want to be.
So much of success has to do with opportunity. And there are so many wrestlers that are just looking for an opportunity to show what they're made of. And that's why they're coming here to NWA Championship International Wrestling. They know National Wrestling Alliance is on the rise. They want to be a part of it.
Superstars in the NWA travel all over the world. And international stars come here. They come to the NWA, and they come to compete in NWA CIW because this is where it's at.
Yeah, but you can go on to YouTube. You can check out the NWA in Houston. You can check out NWA Smoky Mountain. You can check it out in North Carolina. You can check it out all over the United States. The National Wrestling Alliance being on the rise, and not only that, trips to Japan. We've had a new Japan invasion here. There's just a new NWA affiliate now in Australia. And you can check this out. This is no joke. You can check this all out online. You can find the matches on YouTube.
One thing that's interesting as you talk about the NWA being on the rise is, we've made a lot of friends, but we've also made quite a few enemies. There are some other organizations out there, New Japan Pro Wrestling for one, not happy with our success, not happy with the fact that our guys go over there and beat their guys.
But this is pro wrestling. This is not sports entertainment. This is pro wrestling. And when these matches are in your area, you guys that are all watching here tonight, you guys got to support this. If you're tired of sports entertainment, if you're tired of cartoon characters, if you're tired of all that, then you need to support the National Wrestling Alliance when there's matches in your area, because this isn't sports entertainers. These are professional wrestlers. These are athletes.
And you know, Norm, I agree with you 100% for a rare moment. You won't get an 18-minute soap opera right as soon as the show comes on. You're not going to get an 18-minute soap opera. You're going to get action like these guys right here, John and Renzo. You're going to get it right off the bat.
John, take a look at John Bolen. Take a look at him. This guy could walk into how many territories and become champion?
Exactly. And here, though, he's going to have to scrape and scrape.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my goodness.
Incoming.
Bolen over the top.
Let's keep it in the ring. That's what I'm talking about.
Bolen looking very impressive here in his debut on NWA Championship International Wrestling.
Absolutely.
And again, wanting to make that statement because there's a lot of guys out there, Sean Casey, D-Ray 3000, Sebastian Rose, they're going to be watching this. They've got their eyes on this guy.
You're trying to kick something over to
And I'll tell you another thing, too. Franchise Shane Douglas here, and he's got a lot of friends.
Oh, yeah.
Got a lot of friends.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I hear rumors. I hear things. I don't know anything for sure. All I know is he's got a lot of friends.
And another knife-edge chop, that open-handed slap, I guess I should say, from Renzo Lavell. Bolen not having any of that. Okay, yeah, that's a chop right there.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh, does that hurt?
Louder than the first one. And a third. And here's the whip in. Sends him across.
That's not sports entertainment, folks. That's professional wrestling.
Yeah, neither is that.
Wow.
Yeah, Lavell's reeling right now. That's got to do it. Okay, not really sure how Lavell was able to kick out of that.
Well, Lavell is a very tough customer. He's big. These two guys, it takes a lot. It's going to take a lot for one of these guys to beat the other, I'm sure. Like you said, like Norm said, these guys aren't kids. They're 250, 270-pound men, man, that are in there for one thing, to win their match.
Notice, Norm, how Grizzly just kind of glossed over that whole pull in the tights there that was fairly obvious.
Oh, somebody pull tights?
I think you're eating your hot dog at that point.
And when you come out here to NWA International Championship Wrestling, the hot dogs are the best. They have the best sweet onions, too.
That look of disgust on your face, Norm, as you can smell the onions. And
well, I prefer NWA Championship International Wrestling and prefer the action. This is professional wrestling, fans.
And
this is not sports entertainment.
There actually is action in the ring. I know that's a shocking statement there. But what happens here happens in the ring. And when two people have a dispute, they settle it in the ring, not by a war of words. And Bolen able to fight back up to his feet, but it looks like Lavell just brought him right back down, crashing down on the back of his head.
Oh, and now Renzo Lavell with an attitude to the referee now, too.
He needs to put that attitude in check, and he should have stayed on top of John Bolen, because this is one guy you want to not give any quarter to. And Bolen with the boot up, shakes him off. And Lavell's just misfiring on all of those punches, but I tell you what, John Bolen's connected on all of them, sends him in. He hits the buckle hard. Lavell's back up. He's sending again, reversal. Backdrop, maybe, no. Boot into the middle. But Bolen misses the clothesline. And a big flying shoulder tackle, and Lavell goes down. Great exchange.
Yeah, John Bolen is now, he uses every part of his body against his opponent. If you notice, Boomer and Norm, I mean, this guy uses his entire body as a weapon for sure.
Yep.
Oh! That's going to do it. He's right on top. No!
No!
The way he spun him for a little extra momentum, spinning him out like that, then dropping him down.
Wow.
Back suplex with a kick on that one. Now there's the jawbreaker. That's one way to break up that move, as Bolen was trying to get Lavell up to his feet. Lavell runs in, is met with a boot. Bolen's perched.
Well, Bolen can hit you from any direction, and watch that!
And just like you said, Grizzly,
a spear off the second rope.
Well, his body's a weapon.
Wow.
And he covers him for the pin, and your winner is John Bolen. Impressive.
That is a very impressive debut here in NWA Championship International Wrestling.
That's offense that's coming out of nowhere, because he is the offense. His body is. He'll throw it at you, and he'll do what it takes to get the win, and that's exactly what he did.
He's definitely a threat to the goal.
Sebastian Rose, Nitro, D-Ray 3000, the Great Akuma, everyone on notice because John Bolen is here.
Notice being served.
John Bolen with an impressive victory, making his debut right here in NWA Championship International Wrestling. We're one night away from NWA Championship International Wrestling at the IBC, the International Boxing Club, tomorrow at 5 o'clock, 525 Earlwood. Oh my goodness, all of your favorite superstars in action, titles defended, and of course we're going to see Will Studd taking on the unorthodox, the crazed, I'm going to say it, the crazed Terror Khan. But of course, Will Studd, you're going to have the son of a legend, Bobo Brazil, with you tomorrow night.
That's right. You know, I'm ready. I am ready for this. Terror Khan, you're standing on the tracks, and I'm the freight train headed right to you.
And you know what? What happened when the train is running and you got the guy back there shoving more coal and shoving more coal to his engine? He started putting more into the engine, and you know what's happened? The engine is getting faster. It's going chugga chugga chugga, and there's something we see on the track, and the next thing you know, it go Pow! It's nothing there. There's no more monster. There's only one big monster left. Will the Train is steady going down the track on his way to the NWA to run over that other big monster called Farrakhan. Farrakhan, I wouldn't be there if I was you. I'm not going to tell you to get scared and run because the people won't see what they paid for. I want you to be there because the big Will Train is coming. I know you hear the whistle blowing and you hear him coming down the track because he's going to be there. I want you to be there too to see this because the son of a legend is going to be there to see the train, big Will Train coming down. The big monster is going to be there to show up. I hope you be there, Farrakhan, because it's going to be a night that you won't forget. It's going to be a night to remember. NWA, Big Will is coming. Something you're not going to want to see. Children, don't be afraid because Big Will is on his way.
It's a long list of wrestlers that Terror Khan has put out of commission, but it's also a long list of wrestlers that Will Studd has put away with the stud factor. So what's going to give? You can find out tomorrow at the IBC, the International Boxing Club. Bell time is 5. NWA Championship International Wrestling.
Be there.
Standing here with Bolen after the match with a pretty impressive victory over Renzo Lavell, I might add. Give me a little feedback on what happened out there and how this came.
The feedback is like this. Renzo Lavell wants to do some dirty tactics, poke me in the eye, and then ram my arm into the post. And then, you know what? At the end, he paid for it. You could stick with those dirty type of tactics, Renzo. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to any of these people. All that matters was your back was on the mat, the 3 count happened, and your ass was counting the lights.
Impressive victory nonetheless, and we welcome Bolen to NWA Championship International. Well, Renzo Lavell, after the match, after the effect, it looked like a pretty hard-fought battle with Bolen. However, with your debut, you didn't quite come out on top. Explain to me, maybe to the fans even, what happened? What went wrong?
What went wrong is this. You see, Bolen, he impressed me. I'm not going to lie, he impressed me. I thought I was going to whoop this guy's rear end, but I came up short. It's just that I need to go back to the gym, start lifting over 325 pounds. That's right, 325 pounds. Get back in the gym, start eating right, start training better, because this is just because I lost tonight does not mean anything. Because I tell you one thing, you will be seeing a strap around my shoulder. Better believe it.
Thank you, Renzo Lavell.
Tomorrow night, NWA Championship International Wrestling at the IBC, the Mastermind Dave DuPont in action.
It's tomorrow night. It's the IBC. Dave DuPont's going to be there. They're going to throw somebody in the ring with me, some unlucky individual. Hey, who knows? I might even pull some fan out of the audience and give him a chance to break that Cobra hold. I don't see it being broken anytime soon, but I'll be there. You be there.
Tomorrow at the IBC International Boxing Club, bell time is 5, NWA Championship International Wrestling.
Watch the best in professional wrestling action as NWA Championship International Wrestling presents Powerbomb TV. Saturdays at 9 p.m. at midnight and Sundays at midnight on WMNT My 58. Sunday, November 17th, NWA CIW returns to Toledo, Ohio. All your favorite superstars will be there. Bell times 5 p.m. Visit NWA-CIW.com.
Since 1905, Red Wing Shoe Company has been making purpose-built work footwear. The skilled employees in our 3 U.S. factories build over 1.2 million pairs of shoes annually. We are the largest Red Wing shoe dealer in Northwestern Ohio. Ohio, with over 2,500 pairs in stock. Since 1982, 3 generations of the Sager family have helped you with your Red Wing shoe purchase. Stop by our newly renovated store at 2122 North Reynolds Road. Shoes and boots that have served generations of hard-working people.
Head Drop Productions is the premier video production company in the Midwest. HDP can help capture any event from sporting events, weddings, commercials, and much, much more. Visit headdropproductions.com for a complete catalog of past wrestling events. DVDs are only $15 shipped anywhere in the continental United States. If you can't make it live, take it home with Head Drop Productions.
The Screen Printing Factory, 2562 Parkway Plaza, Maumee, Ohio, is just off Anthony Wayne Trail in South Detroit. Are you looking for a custom design? We got you covered. Are you looking for quick turnaround? We've got you covered. Are you looking for a dependable and reliable company? We've got you covered. No hidden charges here at the Screen Printing Factory. From 12 shirts to 1,000 shirts, each order is important to us. So stop in and see Ben or Jason and let them help you build your image. The Screen Printing Factory. We got you covered.
L&B Photography are the official photographers of NWA CIW, a unique photo studio specializing in maternity, newborn, children, family, senior, and event photography. Hours are by appointment only. Please call 517-270-1220. Located at 200 East Main Street, Hudson, Michigan. We are willing to travel to preserve all your special moments.
Well, listen up, fans. If you would like to raise money for your school, club, or civic organization and see the excitement of NWA Championship Wrestling live in your hometown, then this message is for you. High school athletic departments, sports teams, fire and police departments, JCs, or any group wishing to raise money, then bring the stars of NWA Championship Wrestling to your town for a night of action. Then call Stacy at 517-425-1110. Your fundraising group and the NWA, an unbeatable tag team.
Main event time right here on Powerbomb Wrestling. The brewing feud between the National Wrestling Alliance and New Japan Pro Wrestling started off as a friendly rivalry, and boy, things have escalated out of control. So New Japan Pro Wrestling sending one of their best right here. That's Kushida. He's going to be taking on Nitro for the NWA National Championship. And Kushida would love nothing more to go back to Japan, to go back to New Japan Pro Wrestling with that NWA National title. Nitro does not want that to happen. What is going to happen, we're going to find out next. It's your main event on Powerbomb Wrestling. It's definitely my pleasure to stand here next to New Japan and international wrestling superstar Kushida, along with fellow countryman, the great Akuma. A little bit of backstory as to what's happening. There is a feud brewing, not just within the National Wrestling Alliance, but actually a feud that is going on worldwide, as you're seeing National Wrestling Alliance superstars traveling to Japan to take on the best in Japan and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Iron Man Rob Conway, the NWA Heavyweight Champion, was just over in Japan taking on Jushin Thunder Liger. Well, here, coming up, and you're going to see it right here on Powerbomb Wrestling, superstar Kushida is going to be challenging Nitro for the NWA National Championship. Kushida, obviously, a lot on the line.
I gonna be champion soon.
Kushida promising to take that title from Nitro. Again, we're going to deliver you that match right here on Powerbomb Wrestling. And here's where things get interesting, because Kushida's countryman is the great Akuma. However, the great Akuma representing the NWA. And the great Akuma, it's very difficult to get words from you, but any dissension with your countrymen here in this NWA New Japan Pro Wrestling feud? No dissension whatsoever, and this is a match I cannot wait to see, because we bring the best in the world right here to Powerbomb Wrestling. I'm talking about this man, Kushida, challenging Nitro for the NWA National Championship.
I'm standing here with Nitro, the NWA National Heavyweight Champion. And tonight, you are facing a man from all the way from Japan. You've studied the films. You've studied his matches. Tell me a little bit about what you're about to do.
Well, you know, since I've won this belt, I've had some tough challenges, but maybe none quite as tough as what I'm going to go tonight. But you hear that, Van Envy? Listen, you hear that? That's the clock ticking. Kushida, your time is running out, and soon you're going to find out what it's like to be in the ring with the NWA National Heavyweight Champion.
Strong words from the champ.
All right, I'll stand for this. I will stand for this.
And a dragon screw through the rope. It's almost like an inverted figure four that Kushida has locked in right now. Scoop slam, drops him down. And there's that boot. Kushida goes down.
Oh, yeah.
But look at that. Referee was going to count three. But I think this will be ruled a no contest. But Akuma again with that mist into the eyes of Malice. However they call this, we know that Nitro is still the NWA National Champion.
Well, it's a disqualification.
Well, as you just saw, a wonderful, successful title defense for the NWA National Heavyweight Champion, Nitro. And as you could hear, the chants of USA echoed through the arena. You know, the locker room is ecstatic. The crowd was ecstatic. However, it just seemed that, you know, maybe the match didn't end on a very good note, being that there was a disqualification. However, actually, hey, champ, if you don't mind coming in, talking to me just for a minute. Gentlemen, great title defense tonight. Congratulations, you are still the NWA National Heavyweight Champion. Talk to me about it. What happened?
You know, this match really didn't end the way I wanted it to end. You know, I had Kushida in my sights for a 3 count. I wasn't expecting the great Akuma to be out there. That kind of threw off my game plan a little bit, but he's a hell of a competitor. But I can tell you this, New Japan, keep sending him over because I'll keep going right through him.
Tomorrow night, Malice, it's all on the line.
That's right, Boomer. Tomorrow night, NWA Midwest television title. It's all on the line. Great Akuma, Malice is coming for you. Full throttle, baby. I'm going to run over you. I'm going to take the gold. I'm going to go out. I'm going to party. Legion style.
We're one day away. It's going to happen tomorrow at 5 o'clock at the IBC, the International Boxing Club. NWA Championship International Wrestling. Bell time is 5. And this show is going to be jam-packed. And one of the matches that you're going to see, oh my goodness, what a main event. You're going to see the NWA National Champion Nitro defend the title against one half of the Lords of Chaos, Lance Erickson.
Chaos. Lords of Chaos. Lance Erickson. Let me tell you something. I'm going to show you a little bit about chaos. I'm going to show you a little bit about violence. I'm going to show you what it feels like to get choke slammed through the mat. And when the smoke clears and the dust settles, Lance Erickson, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and I'm walking out with that belt.
This is going to be incredible, and you can see it tomorrow. 525 Earlwood is the address for the International Boxing Club. It's NWA Championship International Wrestling, one of your main events tomorrow. Oh my goodness, it's a main event in any building across the country. It's going to be Nitro defending that NWA national title against Lance Erickson. Fans, we will see you tomorrow. Bell time is 5. I'm here with Scott D'Amore, and Scott, obviously you're wearing the colors of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and we've seen what's unfolded over the last couple of weeks, not only here in NWA Championship International Wrestling, but basically in NWA territories all across the world. There's a feud between the NWA and New Japan Pro Wrestling, and you, in fact, kind of helped broker the deal that brought Kushida from New Japan here to the NWA CIW, and your thoughts about then what happened as that match between Kushida and Nitro ended in a disqualification.
Well, basically, I mean, a pretty good summation there by you. The fact is, New Japan Pro Wrestling is the premier and the oldest wrestling organization in all of Japan, right? And the National Wrestling Alliance, obviously with its rich history, is the longest reigning body in professional wrestling in not just the U.S., but possibly the world, I think. And the idea of taking these two great companies and combining them as a business relationship is certainly something that I know appealed to the NWA, and from our end, I know certainly appealed to New Japan. And it seems that over the last weekends with the events in Texas and then culminating tonight here in CIW, it certainly appears as if this working relationship has kind of turned into a bit of a feud. And I have to be quite honest, as the person who was the point man in organizing this end of the relationship and bringing a superstar like Kushida here to CIW, it really kind of gives me a bad taste in my mouth with what Nitro and Malice did. Because really, New Japan Pro Wrestling, in my opinion, is the pinnacle of professional wrestling, possibly in the world, with all due respect to the NWA. And what Malice and Nitro did tonight was show a complete I believe, disregard for respect, for tradition, and for the rules. And my understanding is that's what the NWA is supposed to stand for, and yet you have a man who's holding the National Heavyweight Championship, and he's completely disregarding those things. So while we greatly respect the NWA, its position in history, and its current status as it's on the rise, certainly again, I think that at this point in time, we as a group are going to have to huddle back, and there's going to have to be conversations on the New Japan side of things as to where we go from here.
Well, as someone who has known you for a while, Scott, I do have to say that your assessment of the situation, as a representative myself of the NWA, I politely disagree with your assessment and how you think that Nitro and Malice were disregarding the rules because, we saw what the Great Akuma did in that match. But all I know is you're going to reassess, our side is going to reassess, and things obviously are not over between the NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance, and New Japan Pro Wrestling, and whatever happens next. Not sure how it's going to impact us, not sure how it's impacting me or you, but the fans are certainly going to benefit.
Well, certainly if there is a winner in this, it's the fans. They're seeing two great companies and two great talent rosters kind of merge and get to compete with each other. And I guess, there's an aspect to things that are in front of the fans, and as you know, there's an aspect of things that are behind the scenes, and we certainly have some conversations to have, and they'll be done internally, and I'm sure we'll be back at the table together, and I guess we'll see what happens next.
Well, Scott, thank you for your time. Again, I disagree a little, respectfully disagree with your assessment, but again, I'm representing the National Wrestling Alliance, and you're representing New Japan Pro Wrestling, but I do appreciate what you're able to do to broker these talent exchanges, to be able to bring someone the magnitude of Kushida right here to NWA Championship International Wrestling. And yes, things broke down at the end of that match. A lot of blame can be assessed on both sides. The fans are going to be the ultimate winners in this because what's been brewing between the NWA and New Japan Pro Wrestling is definitely not over, and I, for one, cannot wait until the next stage to see what happens. So many unresolved issues stemming from that main event. The feud is going to continue between New Japan Pro Wrestling. Let me try that again. I'm just going to go right into it. We'll go in 5, 4, 3, 2. So many unresolved issues coming out of that main event. The feud is going to continue between New Japan Pro Wrestling and the National Wrestling Alliance. But also a lot of issues that need to be resolved tomorrow night as NWA Championship International Wrestling is back at the IBC, the International Boxing Club, at 525 Earlwood. Bell time is 5 o'clock. It's Will Studd versus Terror Khan. D-Ray 3000 versus The Beast. You're going to see the Lords of Chaos taking on the Sons of Michigan Tag Team Gold on the line. And speaking of gold, Malice is going to challenge the great Akuma for that NWA Midwest Television title. And your main event, oh my goodness, out of the frying pan into the fire for Nitro as he defends his NWA national title tomorrow night at the IBC against one half of the Lords of Chaos, Lance Erickson. Top to bottom, this card is jam-packed. Mikey Smalls, one half of the Glass City Saints. He's going to be there. What about Abdullah Farouk? He's going to be there. Sean Casey, top to bottom, this is a show that you do not want to miss at the IBC, the International Boxing Club, at 5 o'clock tomorrow. You can find us at 525 Earlwood. NWA Championship International Wrestling. Careers made, careers defined, careers possibly ended tomorrow night at the IBC with NWA Championship International Wrestling. Fans, we're going to see you there.